Apologies for delayed uploads, I'm still recovering from that bike crash, but I want to keep you entertained, guys. This time we speak about Mercedes engines, and as you all know, Mercedes units are all about size and roar. The bigger, the better often, and including some less known, I think you will agree that these ones are amongst the best ones. M297. It was the M120 that spawned a tradition of V12s in Mercedes family. It was considerably more powerful than BMW's M70, but it also came a couple years after. AMG tuned it a bit and created the M297 that was launched as a 6.9 liter in the CLK GTR. Then it was only a group of differently tuned 7.3 liters that powered mainly Pagani Zonda. M170 series. Following Daimler's long and successful history of 8 cylinders, this 4-liter unit was different than anything prior to that. It features 186,000 RPM spinning twin turbos inside the V, smaller volume but radically more power potential. This engine can easily make over 600 horsepower and also likes high revs. W125. It is 1937 and imagine that there is a car that has 2020 Porsche 911 Turbo S specs. The trick is that it weighs less than half of it, has skinny tires, and its top speed was said to be well over 300 km per hour. There was a huge straight 8 engine, supplemented with a supercharger and fed by a mixture of 88% methanol, 8.8% acetone, and the rest were other substances. OM620 series. This power plant was a response to Audi and BMW creating diesel V8 for a passenger car. The OM628 had a rather unusual 75-degree angle that had to be compensated for with a split crankpins. There was a Garrett turbo. The OM629 used twin variable geometry units. F1 1.6 V6. The Mercedes domination during the modern turbo era cannot be overlooked, mainly because of the engine efficiency. While the outdated naturally aspirated V8 reached about 29% of thermal efficiency, these V6s crossed the 50% figure yet in 2017. The turbo is allowed to spin at 125,000 RPM and the engine's output is somewhere around 1000 horsepower. OM617. Mercedes is well known, besides the luxury and many things to introduce first, for bulletproof, naturally aspirated diesels. The OM617 is one of the most popular and favorite of them, with a typical 5-pot smooth sound. It can run over 1 million kilometers and even use alternative fuels like vegetable oil or biodiesel if treated properly. M102. The M102 was a series of 1.8 to 2.3 liter engines, but it became as large as 2.5 liter when the final customer work had been done. It started with a tuned 2.3 liter with an upgraded head and stiffened grips, and it went through Ka Jetronic fuel injection, remote counterweights on a crankshaft, and many other modifications to the Evolution 2. M156 and 159. This engine was the first one to be purely built by AMG subsidiary as a racing engine, also meant for road use. It had an aluminum silicon block and heads, also with a forged crankshaft. The power output started at 475 horsepower, but it went to over 630 horsepower in a GT3 that revved all the way up to 8000 RPM. OM606. As one of the last automobile diesels to use indirect injection, there was also a mechanical fuel pump and turbocharger in some cases. Its bulletproof reputation is renowned, and besides incredible mileage, its strong internals are also very popular. The block comes from a gasoline M104 engine, and interestingly, later on, the OM606 crankshaft was used in the AMG-tuned M104.